showing us live for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to get started today on working on the settings page of the Weather app. But as you can see, we have a banner because there's some really important things going on in the world right now, and we wanted to be able to show our support. But at the same time, we were kind of struggling with how to do that while also trying to give people a space where they could kind of get away from the news a little bit. And so the best solution that we could come up with was to leave the banner up for the remainder of the video and try to give it space on the video stream. But we will not be addressing the news for the rest of this stream. If you have problems with or if you want to review the source afterwards, it will be available in the repo that will be posted in the comments, and that, or not in the comments, in the description. And I think that's what we got. Today's going to be a pretty low-key stream. We're just going to go ahead and kind of build this page just like it was Ruben and I doing this by ourselves. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I will do my best to triage and answer them. And I think we're just gonna get started. Is there anything you want to add, Ruben, or are you good?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, yeah, it is really important for us that we show our support here. But again, like Luke said, it is important that there is also, it's such a difficult thing to talk about, but tech still goes on, and we're tech guys, and we unequivocally support Black Lives Matter, and we also still want to do this. So we think that this is a good balance. And we're, like Luke said, we're going to keep it kind of low key, kind of like chill. We're trying to tone things down a little bit. Yeah.
So the way the stream is probably going to work, or the way the stream is going to work is, Ruben, you're going to have, we're going to be sharing your screen, and then yes, I am piped in to you via live share, and yes, I will let you go ahead and do your thing. And if people post comments, I'll go ahead and triage them as they come up.
Yeah, I was going to mention, I forgot just now as I was saying the other thing. I forgot to mention that going forward, for us, we determined that for us to be able to sort of better manage like community engagement in the comments and also still working on the code, whoever hosts the video that week will be the one sort of managing comments and stuff and responding to community, and the other will code, and vice versa every week. So
yeah, so that's why Ruben he's kind of the guest on my channel, so he'll be running the editor and the simulator, the emulator, and I will be running more like the community stuff and managing the stream. So that's kind of what we're thinking.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to get started,
yeah,
I'm happy to help, whatever that means.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a look at the settings on the side here. All right. So there's a couple things going on. First question I think that we need to ask ourselves is, do we want the blue area to go underneath the status bar?
I think it does per spec. Is that right?
Spec doesn't show a status bar.
Oh, above the top. I see. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. I would think that it probably should. So I imagine that means that you can get rid of the top safe area. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So I guess that means we can get rid of all the safe area because there is no left and right.
That does raise the question of what we do with the navigation bar on the bottom for Android if we draw underneath that via System Chrome. And it also raises a question, I think, a little bit of what happens to content that we have like on this screen. So whatever.
Yeah, that will need its own.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you go into, you can add that into the scaffold itself. So if you go to the scaffold, you can give the, what is it, the foreground or the background, I think is what we called it, or what I called it. I think it's the background, the one above it. Yeah, I think that one, that stack, I believe, can be wrapped in a safe area with top, or actually with bottom faults, I think is what it is.
Bottom false is what we had going before. Yeah, there we go.
So that should be fine, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then, so now let's see if, yeah, now it goes underneath.
Yeah.
That's cool. It does have that.
Sorry, go ahead.
It does have that tinting, you know, for Android.
That's fine. One thing you might consider is actually putting a safe area for the foreground widget as well. So the blue goes to the top, but the actual widget itself doesn't. And I believe that would also be in, yeah, if that works, then do it that way. I don't.
Should that have a bottom false as well?
Bottom faults, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I think it might have to go inside the animated container.
Mm.
So wherever the child of animated container is at the bottom.
Here. It's another animated container.
Do it inside. Do it whatever that. Yeah, the stack. There you go. Try that.
Why is my formatter not working?
There's probably something broken.
Oh, there is. Because of VS Code hates me. As usual. What? Oh. Try this again.
There you go.
Yeah, VS Code doesn't like me very much. Okay. Cool. All right.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah. So, and yeah, and that's good because.
Oh, what about the partial ones? What if you go to one that's not full height now?
No, we can see that that's still.
Well, you still have the safe area on the top of the. You still have the safe area there when you wouldn't want it.
Mm.
Look at the blue.
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's find all safe area. Hold the bottom bar. Bottom padding is handled by safe area .minimum.
I would say leave out the safe area in the blue one for now.
Right.
Later on, we can add in a
I'm trying to
like a top padding value.
Right. I'm just trying to even find where that is. There's only 3 safe areas right now, and 2 of them are in the AppScaffold.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think you might want to take it out of the. You might want to take it out of the AppScaffold for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
It would. What I think would be ideal is see how that animated container has the padding value. You'd want to be able to pipe in a custom padding value depending on which.
So it's the foreground that we want to take it out of.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
So if you want to do the refactor now, let's see here. If you go down to AppScaffold page at the bottom, I don't know if you can follow me or not.
I can. Yeah, I got you.
Then you can come down here and be like, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
right. All right, there should be edge insets.
Yeah. Okay. And then
yeah, you can just pipe it in up top.
Foreground. So
Right here. There, it's up here. I had it just a second ago.
Hang on. Let me follow you. Where are you at? Oh, I see.
Let me know when you're following. I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll let me do the autocomplete.
Oh, sure.
Foreground padding.
It's not coming through for me for some reason.
There's a.
Oh, my mistake. I put in the wrong one. Let's see here. I got it. I guess we don't have the padding specified. Let's do. Oh, here it is.
Here.
Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Okay, that looks good.
And then you can get it from. Oh, what is it? Media query. There's some media query way you can, not from here, sorry. Oh, you got it, my mistake, you're good.
What is it?
I can never remember what the value is. No, it's something else. I'll find it. You keep fiddling with that, I have it here somewhere.
Looking for dot padding.
It's view insets, I think, or okay, there's padding and view insets, but I don't remember which one it is.
Padding dot top, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wait, so that's
but you need to do it as, yeah, it's really fucky. Use my language.
Let's see what happens if I just do that. Oh, look.
Does it just work?
Yeah.
The problem is it'll get bottom too, won't it? I think it will get bottom too unintentionally. So I think you really want to.
Oh, no, look how it changes. It just look at here, right above the bottom bar.
Yeah, but your view doesn't have bottom padding. Usually it's like the iPhone 10 and stuff that has the bottom padding.
Oh.
So we can do it like this. We can do it like you had it, and it has to be annoyingly edge insets dot only bottom. I think that's what you're looking for. Actually, it was top, wasn't it? Not bottom.
Top. Yeah, top.
Yeah, top and then top. That should do it.
There it is.
It's not animating it.
It
should animate it, but maybe it's not that important right now.
I don't know.
Try switching between pages and see if you're comfortable with it. It should transition, but
looks fine to me for the moment.
What if we drop that duration and see how it handles? I just saved it.
I think that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That should be fine.
Cool. All right. So now we can get started. We got Robert in the chat, by the way.
Oh, hey.
So now we can get started on the actual stuff. So it looks like this should be fairly straightforward. I can see for the temperature setting area, the whole thing is really just a column with 2 rows on the bottom, or 2 list tiles, whatever, and with something in the middle of the column up in like an expanded. All right, so I think that it might be worth it at this point to refactor this out into its own widget.
Be careful, because those aren't actually widgets. Those are just data models.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So it would be the background and the foreground are the widgets.
Right.
So the foreground is what I'm working with. All right, so I'll just start in the foreground and see how things go. for a second. How can I view in VS Code? How can I view the where it like does the lines and stuff on?
Yeah, if you open the command palette, for me it's Command Shift P. Oh, you got it. Yeah. And then you can do debug painting.
Oh, so it's just a command.
There you go.
Okay. Interesting. So the background. Oh. Okay. Okay. There we go. And can toggle that off now. Yeah, for some reason, the debug, like the Command Shift P, doesn't work for me when I use the Control Shift on the right side, on the left side of my keyboard.
It only works on the right side?
But yeah, so
that is weird.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't understand it at all.
I get the sense that a lot of developer tools are written by people who are on Mac OS.
Who are what?
Who are on Mac OS.
Oh, yeah.
So they just inherently suffer on Windows.
Yeah.
Which is super unfortunate.
It really is. All right, and now I'm guessing we can do a SwitchListTile. Just like gonna statically build these out. And what we can do too, because his spec has the iOS switch toggles, we can do platform aware toggles. Although I wonder if it'll work like that for SwitchListTile. I wonder if it has a. If not, we can just do a custom SwitchListTile. Is there a way in Android Studio with the dev tools? I know I can switch platforms. Like I can switch to an iOS.
No, honestly, I've never tried it, but I think the command's in there. I think it's in the command palette again.
Yeah, of course.
You can type Flutter.
Yeah, that's
type Flutter. You should get a bunch of them.
Flutter. Select device, I think.
No. Keep scrolling down. There's like a bunch of them.
Toggle platform.
That's there you go. Try that.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm just going to keep promoting all of Robert's messages, even the most.
Nice. I have my VS Code set to save on like focus change, so that's why sometimes we'll get red screen like errors and stuff. Anyway, so value. Let's just set that flat. Set it to false for the moment. On changed is empty. We'll give it an active. Well, we can use the active color. I'll give it a title, a text of autoplay radar. Now that's going to be interesting when we get to that. And I think that should be it. Yeah. And then the radar and icon animations. That also will be interesting because that means that there is an option that we can have those things be static. Okay, so I can see. I don't know if you're looking right now, Luke. You can see that these toggles are Android, even though I have the iOS.
What happens if you try to switch it now, just for giggles? Use a command palette.
Yeah. Nothing.
What happens if you restart it? I've never even tried doing this before, so I don't even know like how it works.
So let me turn it back on then, and then.
Does it tell you what it's doing in the console or anything?
Oh, I didn't even look.
Or output or something? Or is it just like not telling you anything?
I don't know. See,
it's probably not telling you anything.
No, it doesn't tell me anything. In Android Studio, it would tell me in the DevTools page.
I see.
But yeah. All right. So then what I'll do is instead of using SwitchListTile, we'll make a custom. We'll do a custom. We'll do a custom thing. So we'll start with a row, children. We'll do main axis alignment of space between, and I will break this out into its own widget so that we can use it.
Okay.
In it soon, but like so text.
Can I show you a little prototyping trick for where you're at right now?
Yeah.
All right. So you can go.
Oh, you just to make it go twice.
And then you can say whatever you want in the first and whatever you want in the second one. And then you can just type the text in.
Okay, fair enough.
Just for prototyping.
Yeah, that is a neat little trick. All right, what was the other text? Icon animations. All right. And truth is we're going to want this to have a padding of symmetric with a horizontal of, I think ListTile does 8 and a vertical of 16. No, I think it was the other way around. Oh, it'll be easy enough to check. Okay, just edge into symmetric horizontal of 16. Okay, so no, that's not right. I think I had it right before. Okay. Anyway, so and then we'll give it. I think we can do if platform dot. I got it. Oopsie. Start.io if platform dot is.
You could just worry about his spec for now, and then we could worry about platform specific later.
That's true. So does
there's Cupertino,
yeah, Cupertino
switch or something like that.
You just import Cupertino at the top, and we'll see. There's a package that does platform aware widgets. Maybe we should do that.
What do you mean?
There's a pub package. Let me throw that up.
Or is it just like a wrapper around?
It might be
platform.
Flutter platform widgets. It's.
Oh man.
Okay. It does have platform switch.
What does it say? What does it do when you where is it? Like, or I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it's supposed to just know automatically. So you know what? I'm going to try that.
All right.
So let me get rid of. How do you organize imports?
Same thing. You do it from the.
Okay.
From the thingamajiggy.
Shift Alt O. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do it when I did it before. All right. Where am I?
I don't understand this. Doesn't check switch or whatever it's called have an adaptive constructor?
SwitchListTile.
No, not the tile itself, but the switch itself.
Well, let's see.
When was this last updated? 14 days ago.
No, switch creates a material design switch. So,
yeah, but switch not adaptive. Isn't there an adaptive?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. So we're good. We're fine. Okay, so that's better. In that case, we'll do.
Yeah, do that for now. I'm gonna message Eddie and ask him if he wants these adaptive or not. Because some people prefer to have it as spec on both platforms.
He did say that he wants it on Android. That's a good question. Anyway,
I don't know a single designer who actually likes material switches. They pretty much hate them across the board. So I'll just ask him just to double check.
Oh, look, it works.
Oh, nice. And the switching between the two works.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe just the list tile is not using the adaptive.
No, it should though.
It should.
Wow. All right.
Make an issue so it can be ignored.
Alrighty. So it looks like there's a little less padding in his spec. So hang on. Let me get the debug paint back up. Yeah. I might not even need. No, I definitely need the padding. But I think then I might not need the vertical. And let's get debug paint off. That looks better. That looks much closer to spec.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but then I'll get the horizontal padding to 16. I think that'll be better. Yeah, that looks better. Actually, the spec has the text a little bit above that first icon. It looks like it's actually not symmetrical padding then.
It may not be.
Should we go to spec or should we do symmetrical padding?
Can you show the spec?
Yeah. So I'll try to size this so that we could see it alongside the, yeah. So if you look closely, you can see that the beginning of the text here is aligned a little bit more closely to this icon than how I have it here. But
is it aligned vertically with the icon or is it just closer to it?
No, it's just closer to it. And then on
just add a just do plus edge insets only left. Because you can add edge insets.
What do you mean?
Like you can literally do edge insets plus edge insets.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's valid.
Wow.
Except for that at the end.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Very
and then
interesting.
If you do this, it actually gets a little cleaner when you're doing additions. And you can do cons too, I think, if you want. Yeah. Although I couldn't. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
now we're looking
more correct.
More to spec. Yeah. That's really interesting.
The Robert's asking if there is a SwitchListTile.adaptive. I have no idea.
Oh.
Are you able to just type it in somewhere just to see?
Yeah.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, wow.
There you go.
Well, let's just have it our custom thing anyway, because we've got our custom padding and I think it works pretty nicely like that. But that's thank you for that, Robert.
Yeah, here we are like talking shit, or here I am talking shit about Flutter, and it's already implemented.
Okay. All right. So let me think for a second. All right. First of all, I'm going to want, how does it do that to me? I want to make sure that we get white. Actually, that whole column should be that. And I can swap with parent. And then swap with parent again. And swap with parent again. No. Woat.
Colors.white.
Woat.
White.
White. Okay.
Not coming through.
No.
AppScaffold page is yelling at you.
Foreground height.
Maybe it got
lost.
Maybe it got eaten.
Yeah.
But your foreground height was just double dot max finite, right?
I don't. Was it even there to begin with? No, foreground height is here. Okay, so maybe.
No, foreground height should be. No, that foreground height should be foreground padding down at the bottom. No, foreground height.
As foreground padding.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
Maybe it's a dangling.
No, I think it was just VS Code not liking me again. Yeah, it just throws things off like all weird at me all the time. Every time I add a new widget.
Boy.
There we go. All right, now I want to extract. I think I'm at the point where I want. Oh wait, this should be extracted.
Yeah, it's called like settings list tile or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
if you want, you don't have to, but you can toss it in that widgets folder.
Yeah, I do want to do that.
Eventually, there will probably be enough in there to start putting them in their own subfolders, but for now, I think you can just throw it in there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Robert asked a really dangerous question. He said, "Is it only the padding you want custom on the SwitchListTile?" And the reason that's a dangerous question is because I had an issue. I got in like a knife fight with Hixie and Tim about allowing us to have adjustable padding on list tiles, and it was a won't fix. It was a won't fix for sure. But let's see. What do we got for a situation if we did want to use the adaptive SwitchListTile?
Oh, here's a thing. Oh no, never mind.
I don't think it's possible to override the theme for the padding on them, but maybe that's changed. I think there is a padding that you can change on it, or it's like spacing or something like that. You don't really have control over all of the padding on list tiles, last I remember.
No.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with the color also? I
All
can't
right,
remember
so
what the spec has for the color.
it has this sort of light blue.
Can you pull it up so we can see it?
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna do also? I'm gonna use
it's that alt. It's that alternate blue, isn't it? Don't you already have that in as the alternate color or whatever it's called? Secondary.
accent color.
Accent, secondary. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, let's see. No, this is a different thing. Okay, so toggle. Is it toggle? There's no switch theme. But toggleable active color, I wonder if that's the toggle buttons theme. Let's see.
Oh, I would just do, I mean, if it works, then that's awesome. But that's material. Remember, that's material theme.
Yeah.
And you're using a Cupertino widget, so.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So
I would just do it at the thing.
Color. Yeah, I'll just set the active color.
Whatever it is, I can't remember. But didn't you have it coming in as, maybe I was wrong, didn't you have it coming in as secondary?
No. Secondary. Look, I copied the I gotta get the, I have a nifty little Chrome.
Yeah, you used a color picker to grab it. No, I get that, but
look, that's not this hex color is not the same thing as.
What is the accent? Are we even using the accent color?
Let me look at the spec.
Because you pulled it out from the colors that Dribble just generates based on someone's design. You could just put it in accent color. I don't think we're even using it.
Oh, hang on 1 second. I could do that, but hold on. I'm just gonna go look at the the actual spec page because I had lifted it. I had lifted the video out. No, that color is not there.
Yeah, because I think Dribble just Dribble
right
yeah.
here,
What they
this is not,
all they do is they do like the most common colors and put it into a swatch so that they can sort it with other similar designs. If you're down, I'd say just replace that accent color with the teal that you just pulled out.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. Let's see if it does the job.
It won't pipe it in, but you can pipe it in. Because then you can do theme of context.
Well, I mean, it might, because active color, toggleable active color.
Oh, so maybe it does have a.
And this is in the adaptive constructor, so.
Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe it does. Maybe it does pull from material.
Although wait,
I made an assumption there that it wouldn't, but it might.
Let's build material switch.
Let's try and see what happens.
Yeah. And so I think I might have to restart. Okay, so we're in material. I have to reset the Control Shift. No, it doesn't take it. So I'll try again with this being the accent color. Whoa.
I honestly don't know anybody building large Flutter apps that actually uses material theme.
I mean, I do.
No, I'm talking like
legit.
I'm talking like actual large Flutter apps.
Okay.
I don't want to speak for anybody else, but last I knew,
it doesn't pull it in.
The big journaling app, I wonder who that could be, doesn't use material theme.
Yeah, so it doesn't pull it in from the toggleable active color, so we'll just have it custom.
No, just do theme of context dot.
No, but I'm saying it should do it. It should do it by itself.
But it's not,
you shouldn't have to.
But it's, yeah, I know, that's why we don't use material theme, because everything in it is broken. So just pull it. You can't rely on it for anything. So just pull in. No, like literally just go to the widget.
I know, I have to put it back.
Oh, I see. No, just pull it from your accent color. You don't need to do anything special.
Oh, right.
No, the only time you can rely on it is when you're doing pure material projects, which are usually only low budget projects.
That's doing it. All right. So this is pretty good. I think this is a good.
Oh, looks pretty good. Yeah. Looks
commit.
Great, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't met a single designer who's like, okay, I'm going to design a material app today. The only people who do that are developers who don't want to invest in design.
All right, now I'm going to extract this as a widget. So we'll call this settings page. And that can go into screens, I think. Should we put that in screens? Because
Robert just said to me, hang on, I got to respond to this. What I was just thinking right after I said that, Robert, was I've never met a designer who wakes up and says, I'm going to design a material app in the context of exactly what Flutter has for features in the material library. That's a more accurate version of what I was trying to say earlier. The people who usually do that are developers who are doing like design, what I would call design for manufacturing, which is like, these are my tools. We're going to design specifically for the tools, which is an awesome way to go. But most designers don't do that. And when you're working in an agency, in my experience, designers are just like, build this thing. It's amazing. Here you go. And then you go to try to use a material library and it's like, there's no way. So that's what I was trying to communicate.
Should we put the settings page in the widgets or the screens library? Because it's technically not a. It's technically.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's both a screen and not a screen because weather screen contains all of this.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I hate naming stuff.
Yeah.
Make a Make a views page for all I care, or make a views folder. That's why I usually call my screens routes, because they're always coupled directly to the concept of like a navigation route.
Hmm. I mean,
honestly, I don't think it really matters.
I'll just plop it in widgets.
Plop in widgets. There's like what, 6 of them in there. It's not like anything's gonna get lost.
Yeah. Okay, very good. All right, so settings page. So this doesn't do anything now. All right, so now it's time to start building out that middle thing. This is going to be interesting. So this is a sort of, if you'll notice, it has its own sort of little.
Yeah, that's. Sorry, what were you going to say? I interrupted you.
It has its own sort of little column that has its own little color, like a darker color blue. And then, you know, with the toggleable thingy.
I think that's going to be your biggest problem, is getting that animation.
Well, first I want to just build it statically out. So,
but you got to consider how that's going to work in the back. That's part of it. So do you have an idea of how you want to do that thing in the back? That's what I would build first, and then worry about the rest of it.
You're talking about the blue.
Talking about the white thing that moves. That's the part that I would do first for sure.
Well, again, animations are not my strongest point, but I'm just trying to think of how the widget structure even.
Sure.
Because that's obviously on the top, so that the darker blue background. So there's like three. The way I can parse it is that there's 3 layers. There's the background blue sort of column. Then there are the temperature selections, and then there's the white selector that moves, you know, through them.
Mm-hmm. That would be below the text, right?
I guess it would be below, yeah. So yeah. So
if I were going to make a suggestion, I would say figure out a dimension and make that fixed. So like, I don't know, 120 pixels or something like that. And then use that to lay out your stack, and then put it in an animated container with like a transform, and have that move around.
Right. So I think what I'm going to do at least is just sketch out in words the layers, right? So there's a background layer. It's like a dark blue box. Then there's the white selector container, and then there's the temp. And then there's the temperature text. So thinking. So you said you thought that was a stack?
Let's see here. I'm going to follow you again.
So it probably should be I'm thinking that it might be an animated container. No.
If you feel like you want to pass it off, I don't mind doing some lifting here because you've been doing most of.
Sure. I'm just gonna
most of the stream.
I'm just gonna give this a quick old shot.
Sure.
And then we'll see. Grab the dark blue. What's that? And border radius. A little hard to see. Of course, I can't zoom in like that. Might not be.
You know, that might actually be black with like opacity 100.
What?
The box decoration color. It might be black with like opacity.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because of, if you look at the design, you can see it's tinted, it's shaded.
Well, I lifted this color straight out of that.
Yeah, but look at them. Look at them side by side. Yours is lighter and his is darker, isn't it?
You're right. Yeah, weird.
So for the time being, I would just do, because that's probably what he did when he was designing it. He almost certainly has one primary color and he's just overlaying blacks and whites. You can do, if you do colors.black, you can use our opacity extension.
Oh yeah, what was that again?
Just opacity 100 or opacity 50. You might have to pull it in. You might have to pull it in from extensions/color. Robert says the GitHub app you're doing is looking crisp, Cookie.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
He says he doesn't know your real name.
Oh, my real name's Ruben. Reuben. Opacity 100.
We got Hillel Corin visiting.
Oh, Hillel's here? Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, you're right. I think you were right about the shading there. That looks just about exactly spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that I want to make this a little taller.
Yeah, I do like 150 times 3.
That's just
because it's a square, but it's 3 of them.
It's a little too tall.
Change it to 100 pixels then instead of 150 on both of them.
No, it needs to be 150 wide, I believe, and then maybe this should be like 125. That's better.
Man, chat's lighting up.
Nice. Okay. All right, so
we got George in here. I gotta admit, I don't think I've met George before, so I'm just gonna say hi, George. My name is Luke.
Hello, George. I don't think I've met you before either. Okay. Let me think. Okay, so This is a toughie. So we've got our blue background, and the next layer was the box. And so I'm just trying to think this out. It's should have.
You're being called out for not knowing George.
Oh, wait, I have met you. Oh, wait, George. Oh, you're from Flutter London. I see your picture now.
What's your account on Twitter? I don't recognize your name or your avatar.
I don't think I knew your last name, George. I think that's also what threw me off. Oh, don't you just love stream lag?
Oh, it doesn't bother me. He'll get back to us. No dinosaur. I'm gonna look him up now.
Yeah.
No
Anywho,
dinosaur.
I'm trying to think out.
Oh, of course. Hi, George. I'm sorry about that. All right.
All right. So, okay. So we're going to need. Whoopsie. Man, VS Code really doesn't like me.
It looks like the stream is going to go past an hour because we got 6 people watching. So I'm going to step out just for a quick minute and then I'll be back. All right.
Okay. I think we can, as long as I can get just the static UI, even if it doesn't change, and then we can just hold it there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to finish it up. That doesn't bother me one bit.
If you want to, yeah. I just want to get some static UI and then.
Yep.
And then I'll be at least done. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Not going to stay this way, obviously. Let me take a look on the spec. I'd say that's probably about 8, not 16. That doesn't seem right. Not bad. Good enough just for some static mockup. And I think the first on the list was Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah. The default text style. Settings page, so we can give a text style here. Okay. So, just to make sure. Right, so those are positioned. So I won't see them.
Can you show the transitions on the design again, just so I can see what's going on there? Oh, no, I mean on the actual, like, the spec, the design spec. Okay, so it's got all right. And then are they changing color? Yes, they are. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's the interesting thing. So they're all laid out. So it's not, okay. So it's not there should not be a text here. So this is incorrect. It should really just be the container. And it shouldn't even be. Okay, I'm going to change this to a column. Just.
You can spread that. You can spread that collection forward to get the child and the position both in there.
Right, like.
No, if you back it out real quick, back it out, put that stack back in too. Let me see. So I can find where you were. All right, so that's back where it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is actually an incorrect approach because the text is not part of, like, the temperature.
Right. So check this.
Part of it.
So check this out. You can go this and that, and you can take this, that. Oh my gosh! Let me take this. I get you close. You'll have to change the.
Well, I'm not sure that this is correct either.
Okay.
Because.
So you can go ahead and do what you were doing before then.
Yeah. So what I think is might actually be a bit more appropriate is to just lay out the texts, right?
In a column.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it's the white container animates over those.
Wouldn't that be inside the stack then, instead of replacing the stack?
It's a good question. I've never done something like this before. Right, because the container animates underneath of the text. Okay, so hang on. So let's just back this up. So we want to lay out the text in a column. So really, and then this.
And awkwardly with stack, things that are on top visually are on the bottom of the list, stack list.
Okay.
That always annoyed me. I get why they do it because it's supposed to be painting order, but
right.
It always seemed counterintuitive to me.
I'm just gonna, for the sake of focus. Just to see. Okay, so then if I put these in a center. All right. Oh, it already defaults to Well, no, we don't want to do that because we're going to be changing it. So they are going to have their own style, though, which can be dynamically changed at this point. The size will be constant. I think that's a bit better. That's maybe a little bigger, maybe like 40. And this should have a main axis alignment of space between, I think. Or maybe space around. That looks better. Also,
well, it's going to have to be aligned center within that square perfectly. Otherwise, it's not going to look right.
That's true. Also, I'm trying not to laugh at the fact that
I know. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. Okay. I won't specify what that is. You guys can figure it out for yourselves. Well, it at least gets us a bit closer. And actually, the default color here is white.
It's not a pure white, though, right? It's like a...
you know what? I'll pick out the...
Yeah, we know how that worked last time.
Well... see. No, that looks pretty... That looks right.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah. We'll have to get the temperature...
The thing is, though, and this is why I bring it up, I can almost guarantee you that he did not pick that color. He literally just did white with an opacity that was some multiple of 10 on the end of it. So you can often get closer just by doing what makes sense to you.
The opacity 900.
Because most designers don't work that way.
Interesting.
They don't sit around picking colors all day.
Okay. Opacity 800 looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably 75% if I had to guess. But we don't have a 750, so the 800 should be fine.
Yeah. This is just too funny.
I know. Somebody makes a comment about it on the Dribble post.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
That is really funny. All right, so then for there would be we don't want 3 containers. We want 1 because the 1 container moves around.
Right.
So, and then we also need to give this, it's funny. So the container is above the text, but the text needs to be able to show through the container.
Well, is this changing from the white color to the primary color?
What do you mean? The box
when it gets selected, the text color changes from the white, changes from white to the primary blue color.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. So I wonder if I give it blue, if it's like, I don't know, let me just say red.
You can lerp it with
oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Just do whatever for now, and then you can place it.
Oh, yeah. So but then it doesn't show up in the rest. All right, so let's just say
you're gonna need a like an enum for which one's selected.
Right. I'm not even like yeah. So let me just like write some. So this will be the selector, and this This we'll need to animate over the temp selections. We'll need to set the temp selection colors based on current selection. We'll need to align the selector properly. And we will need to persist settings. Yeah, we'll need to persist the settings selection rather. And okay. All right, so what do you think? Is this enough to hold it here? Do you want to try and maybe like align the selector and then go, or maximum I have about 15 more minutes?
I was just gonna.
Or do you want to hold it here? Is this a good place to stop?
I think at a minimum we should do the alignment, and
all right.
Also get the, and also I would like to get it animated too. You don't have to stick around if we go over the 15 minutes. I don't mind if you have to go. That's not a problem.
So do you want to jump in and oh, in order when I go, because I'm the one sharing my screen with the code, I'll push up.
Oh, that's a good point.
You'll have to pull them back down into yours, and then.
Well, why don't we just see how far we get, and then.
Okay. Well, at the very least, let me just. I'll commit that. All right.
All right.
Do you want to jump in?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Why don't you just follow me on there, and we'll see how that works.
I got you.
All right. So I also can't do the clicking, unfortunately. You'll have to do the clicking for me.
That's cool.
Let's see here. So, okay. We call that, I guess that's a unit.
Selected temp unit, I think might be.
And then,
oops.
Don't be micromanaging my stuff. All right.
It's temp unit.
Oh, there you go. All right. So selected unit is F. Okay, for var unit in unit.values selected. Oh, see, this is why you can't change stuff on people.
Sorry.
All right. And then we'll do just a little. And you can run that command. We'll do. Can you do the case clauses? Thank you.
Really cool. I don't have a command like that in Android Studio.
How come every time you do something it breaks?
I don't know. Hang on.
I got it. I got it.
I was okay. I know VS Code does not like me, and you know what? The feeling is mutual. I want to like it, but I just don't.
That's all right. Let's see. I hate how if you do everything, you still have to provide a default. Always annoys me. All right, so then we can come in here. We can say unit.text. And then we can get rid of this now because we're not using it anymore. All right, those are still building, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we will say selected unit equals unit.
It was, I think we had opacity 800.
Change that. 700. And then all right. Okay, and then let's see here. Stack. Okay. Did we not find any way for me to run commands on your thing?
No, we did not.
Okay.
What do you need?
Let's do this. Let's see here. Luckily, I can run reformat. That would be tragic if I couldn't.
Yeah.
What was the deal with the default text style? Was there a reason you put this in here?
Yeah, because
we don't have anything. We don't have anything that's black.
Well, the settings tiles, like the text on the setting tiles and stuff.
But those aren't black though.
They would be if I hadn't done that. But I guess I could do that now in the tiles.
But you set the text style to black, but we don't have anything that's black.
Where?
Right here, it says default text style is set to colors.black, but there's nothing on the page that's black.
Oh. I did that for a reason, but I don't remember what that is. I'll just remove it.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Why does it do that to me? All right, let me go back.
I'll just take care of it. It's fine. It's not fine.
I really wish Android Studio had some kind of live share like this because my life would be so much easier.
Okay. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I want to do here. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Builder. So we're going to go with we did 125. Okay, that's cool. 125 is cool. Something like this, huh? Oh, I can't do a wrapper widget. Okay. Size. Oh, we'll do a container. I'll just do it the way I normally do it. So sized box. Child. Okay. And we'll do size square. Right. And then, okay, we've got this positioned. Right. So since we're not using that, do we have a padding here? Oh, you've got this container already up here that I didn't realize that you had. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. Let's see here. And that one's got the, oh, okay, I got it. Let's see.
I gotta go.
You gotta run?
Yeah, so let me commit and push this up so that you can pull it down onto yours.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And I'll end the live share. Oops. Hold on. What is going on here? Oh, okay. Stop collaboration session. All right. Okay. So I don't think I pushed up the code, exited what's it called? Removed my screen. I don't think there's anything else that you need for me to keep going, right?
No, I think you're good.
Okay, sweet.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining. We'll see you next week.
See you later, man.
See ya.
All right, looks like we still have 6 people watching, so I'm just going to keep going here. Just give me a second to get set up. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right. I'll have his set up as a remote. So I'm going to come in here and do this real quick. All right, let's see where we're at here. Okay. Make sure this guy's running. We'll get back to it. All right. Okay. Looks pretty good. We do have some bottom padding issues here. I'm going to leave it alone for now. Okay, get back to it. So what I'm going to try to do here now is I'm going to make it so that if, when you change a selected unit, it'll animate between each one. But first, I got to make sure that this fits in here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, okay, that's centered. That's fine. This container, I actually wanted, so we're a little bit reverse of where I wanted to be here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then this. And I'm going to get rid of this one. And we're going to say, okay, where's that? Okay, so that's getting closer. I'm going to pull up Eddie's spec here real quick. All right, what do we got here? What do we got going on here? So radar. So it looks like there's a very slight padding around the outside. So we're going to do final inset is 10. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to say, here's the width. Inset 2. And we're going to say, and then this one's going to come and continue. Okay, margin. Inset. Okay, that gets us pretty close there. And then here we have, right, we've got this column here. So let's see, I would like to get that centered. It should be centered. Ha. So I guess this would actually be, I guess where we want to be. That could be cleaner, but we're going to start there and see where we can end up. And then we need some way to tap on these. So really, each of these should probably be an inkwell. And on tap, just going to put in a dummy handler. Let's have this do something. So print. There's no, oh, because there's no material, right? Is that why? Let's wrap this in material. Okay, then we'll say color is colors.transparent. Okay, and then we'll say inkwell. We'll say radius. Was it 45? Weird. Okay, border radius does circular. I think that's what he set it to. It doesn't match what he had set it to. It's 36. Okay. I might actually want that to match. I actually might want that to. Now, why isn't it? Okay, I see. So really what we need here is padding. And we'll do this. Here we go. Okay. And honestly, those probably should be one inset apart on the height instead of two. That's going to add a layer of complexity that I'm not going to mess around with right now. Okay, so that's that. We'll do a stage. All right, so we've got these, and then we want it so when you tap on this, it will do a set state. And we'll say selected unit equals unit. And it's not a set state because this is not a, because it's a stateless widget. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull this up. Then we'll do settings page. Okay, so we've got that coming through. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to animate this text color first. So let's come down to this guy, and we're going to say text, and we'll call it a, oh, I always forget what this thing is called. Is it tween animation builder, I think? And then it's builder, and then we have context, T, and child, return this. And then here we say tween is selected, so it's selected unit equals unit. Oh, can we actually tween, can we do this? I'm going to see if this works. I've never tried it that way, but we'll see if it works. If not, we'll do it on T. Something might work. And what's the problem here? Duration, milliseconds. Let's do 350. Let's see where this puts us. Let me do like 1,000. Ah, yes, and then of course here, we're going to do color, clean color. Okay, that appears to be working. So we'll set this back to more reasonable 350. Probably 300. Okay, I'm going to pull this out and put this up top. So we'll call it duration, because we're going to use animation in more than one spot, and I want them to be synced up. Okay, so we'll say final curve equals curves.ease in, we'll say I'm using circ for now. Okay, and then duration curve. Fast. Just do ease in. Let's look at this and see what they do. Looks like it might be an ease out actually. It's an ease out, I think. I'm not sure now that I think about it. Oh, we got a little. Okay, I think ease in is the way to go. All right, going to continue, and we are going to say that color right? Ah, here we go. It's theme.ofContext.primary color. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right. Now we need to animate the actual white thing behind it. So let's see how we might be able to do this. Maybe we can do animated, or let's do it. Let's do container with stack. Let's wrap this in another container, and we'll do alignment.center. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe we can do we'll do a little trick here. All right, we'll do switch. What was it called? Selected unit. All right. Then we'll say return alignment.top center, and then return alignment.center, and then return alignment.bottom center. And we'll throw a default in here just because. And where does that get us? Okay, that's pretty close. Now let's do animated container. Then we'll do duration, curve. Okay, that looks pretty good. Awesome, thanks, Robert. I really appreciate your time. I know we do these pretty long, but I did want to have a chance to kind of wrap it up. So looks like looks like it's working now, so that's nice. That way we can move on in the next video. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna, let's see here, align, animate. Okay, so to do, add in there. I'm not gonna break anything out. Let's see here. I'm gonna come in here and I am going to say, expanded. We're gonna call this the, yes, this is the selector. This is the main selector. This is the unit selector. And then in here we have the this one is the background. I don't know. Animated and it's called the background. And then what do we got here? We got lays out the temp selections. So this is the unit selection. Yeah, selection equals. And then this is the text. And I think that's pretty good. Maybe we can tweak this curve a little bit. Let's see. I'm going to go look back at this and see what we got. Okay, so it doesn't, right. So this is, yeah, so this is an ease out. Ease out. Why is it like it's not changing? Let's try this. This doesn't look right. I think it's probably longer than we give it credit for. Let's try 750. That's actually not bad. That looks pretty good. I think we'd even go to 1 second, honestly. Let's just give it one last check on here and then call it. Once you do like ease out expo, that it feels faster than it really is. Because you got that lingering, or the curve is shaped a little differently than what it typically is. I'm gonna go back to 750 and then just call it. Okay. Oh yeah, and I got to do a full refresh. That's right. Cool. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to call it. I appreciate everyone who stuck around to the very end. And I'm not sure what we're going to work on next time, but this guy is, oh, you know what? I just thought of something. Hang on, I'm just looking at this real quick. Hey man, how you doing? Really good to see you. I'm going to do a little bonus. Hopefully it won't take me more than 15 minutes. No problem if you guys want to take off, but I'm going to go ahead and spend another 15 minutes. What I want to do here is see the status bar at the top, how that's black here. And it's black here. I want to make it so that when this is open, that's white, and when it's closed, it's black the way it is there. So I'm going to go ahead and commit this. We're going to say animate unit selector. Push that up. And then I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do real quick. We'll take a stab at it. If it takes a while, then we're going to go ahead and save that to another time. But we'll just take a minute here to see what we can do. So I believe this is going to be in the scaffolds, in the scaffold app that we have here, or the scaffold widget that we have here, AppScaffold. And we're going to come in here and we're going to take a look real quick. And oh, that's not a good thing. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to call it because my mouse just ran out of battery. It's just really, actually pretty funny. So I'm going to plug this thing in. And plus, you know, I've got that Apple mouse, which means that I can't use it while it's plugged in, which normally doesn't bother me, but when you're on a live stream, it's a little unfortunate. So I'm going to wait about 15 seconds here, and then I'll be able to do what I need to do. While we're waiting, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. All right, I'm going to wait a couple more seconds. We're going to see how far we can go with this thing. I know I said I was going to end it here, but I'm not stopping now. I'm not quitting. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay. So let's see here. We got the background. We're going to try wrapping this in a, what do we got? We're going to call this a annotated region. We're going to say, is it annotated value? Value. It's going to be system UI. Oh, system UI overlay style. Light. What does that give us? .dark. Okay, so that looks right. And then I'm going to go ahead and see if I can wrap this bottom one and see if it'll just work magically. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll find out here in a second. So there it is. There it is. Okay, we're going to do it here. We'll do it here. There. This one should be light, I believe. Let's see if this works. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That's awesome. I love it. So for those of you who haven't used AnnotatedRegion before, basically whatever widget you annotate, it'll apply that style to what it's under when you do that. So that is resolved. Bam. So there's a little bonus for you. Super quick, super effective. Annotate the system by overlay on AppScaffold. All right, result. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around, watching, and we will be back on Groovin Chip's channel. That's Ruben's channel. Same time next week, which is Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very much.